I'm Lisa. I'm the Barefoot Pampered Chef, and in about an hour I have some people coming over to my house for a webinar, and I got off of work just a little bit early, so I'm going to make some brownies, and I wanted to show you guys how to do that and share with you my recipe, which is a little bit ingenious. I did find it on the internet, but I love this recipe, and my 7-year-old won't eat any other brownies. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to pack some protein into these brownies that no one's going to notice. Shh, you know, it's a secret. So a lot of the time I have problems getting my 7-year-old to eat protein, and I've had a few friends that have had trouble with their older parents that they were caretakers for, getting some protein into them as well. And so we kind of developed this recipe from finding different things online and figuring it out with them in mind. So I'm going to spice them up just a little bit today, and we'll show you how easy it is to do these recipes. So what I've got already is I've got my stove set to 325 degrees Fahrenheit, and I've got my pan here, which has been sitting on the stove, so it's a little warm. This is my Pampered Chef brownie pan, so everyone gets a corner. You know, that's the best part of the brownie. And so what I've done, if you can see, is I misted it with a little bit of baking oil or olive oil, whatever you choose, with my Pampered Chef kitchen mister. And then I've put into each little tin a half of a fun-sized Snickers bar. So we're adding a little bit of chocolate, but we're also adding a little bit of peanuts, which are some more protein to pack into these bars. So that's all set. The next thing I want to show you is this. This is a can of regular, everyday black beans. Now, I've done this before, so make sure when you're shopping, you get the black beans that aren't seasoned, because the seasoned ones do not make for a good brownie, you know, from personal experience. And so I wanted to show you the can strainer. This is the Pampered Chef can strainer. However, we will not be straining the beans today. So this is how it fits over it. I just wanted to show you, since I was using a can of beans. Really nice, so you don't have to, you know, push the lid in and, you know, cut yourself. The other thing that Pampered Chef has is the can opener. It's a smooth edge can opener, so there's less likely ability to cut yourself on the edge of the can as well. So like I said, we are not straining these beans. So I have them open already. All of the liquid is inside. And what I'm going to do, this is my little trick, and I have not yet found a Pampered Chef immersion blender, so hopefully they'll make one. But I just take my immersion blender, and it's going to get a little loud. So I put my immersion blender right down into the can. It may get a little bit messy, but it blends all of the beans perfectly right in the can. Zhuzhes, and then we're going to take the bottom off so I can throw that into the sink. Always have your prep sink or prep bowl right next to you so you don't have a mess. And I'm going to get out my Pampered Chef batter bowl. I'm going to pour these in to show you how nicely pureed they are. So we're just going to use 1 can of black beans, pureed, not seasoned. And we're just going to use 1 bag of whatever brownie mix that you feel you enjoy. Mine has a little extra chocolate in it. You always need a little extra chocolate. But I've done it with gluten-free brownies. I've done it with all different types of brownie mixes. So we're going to open this bag up and pour it in. What's great about this recipe is you don't need anything else. All you need are the black beans and the brownies. I'm going to take my handy dandy mix and scraper here, and I'm going to blend that all together. It should come together in a nice batter. Scrape all of the edges off and get everything nicely mixed. So that's all mixed together. What I'm going to do is pour this batter right over top of those Snickers. You don't want to fill up the brownie pans too much. Probably about 3/4 of the way full on each one. And I'll tell you a little trick here in a second. So I'm just going to show you 6 of them right now. I'll fill the rest later before I put it in the oven. But the great thing about this is it does come with a lid. So if you only want to make 6 brownies, you can go ahead and take out your spoon and put your lid on it and just throw it in the refrigerator. So I'm going to leave that right here. What I'm going to do is take this brownie pan, give it a couple of drops and a little bit of shake, and that's going to even my brownies out. The next little topping that I'm going to do is I actually have some nut clusters that I've bought from a large bulk store. You take the nut clusters, put a couple of them in your Pampered Chef manual processor, and give them a zhuzh. I've already kind of zhuzhed them up, that's why they don't want to work. So they make kind of a fine powder and some clusters in there. And I'm just going to sprinkle a couple of these on top of each brownie. Not only does this add a little bit more protein to it, but it lets people know that there are nuts in it, just in case we have a nut allergy. So once I'm done putting all of these in, I'm going to pop them in my oven at 325 or whatever it says on your box of brownie mix. My box of brownie mix said 325 for 40 minutes. And then before they come out, you want to test them with your cake tester and make sure that that comes out nice and clean. Now remember that you have the Snickers bars in these, so you may not want to do that towards the center. You may want to do it towards one of the edges. When they come out and they're still a little bit warm, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my flour sifter or my powdered sugar sifter, and I'm actually just going to dust those. So I'll show you how that looks. So it works really well, and the great thing is I can throw the lid back on it and I can store it when I'm not using it, so I don't have to remember to fill it again. So these bean brownie recipes, all you need is 1 bag of the dry brownie mix and 1 can of black beans blended, and you can make anything that you like. I've added bananas to them, peanut butter, and there's just a whole world out there that you can use. So if you need to get some protein into somebody, or you just want some really good moist brownies, this is the best recipe for you. You can find the brownie pan, the sifter, and everything else that I've used, the batter bowl, on www.pamperedchef.biz/Lisa Wright. LISAWRIGHT. Hopefully you'll tune in next time. Thanks.